Hello everyone, FPL Spoiler here, and in today's episode we'll talk about the best players you can have from Game Week 5 and during all the season, because with the new meta, I think we have some players that are good in any matchup, and because we have just one free transfer each week, we cannot change the whole team each week. So we need players that are good also long term, not only short term. If you enjoy the content, leave a like and subscribe. I think this will be a very useful video for all of you. And here we go. First of all, I want to show you my results after the first day for game week 4. We have Pickford with a clean sheet. I picked him over Vicario in the last day because I thought Everton will have an easier matchup than Spurs had, and this was the reality in my opinion. West Ham had some chances, and the game was very tough in the first half. And as you know, I choose Rangers over Caicedo because Rangers will play more advanced. If Marmoush would have started, I would have Caicedo over Rangers, but this is life. I think I made the correct choice. At the end of the day, Caicedo scored a late goal from a distance, so it was not something that pop up each week. And also, Rangers still have to play. Maybe he will outperform Caicedo, who knows. But other players were absolutely fantastic. The players we bought, Livramento, delivered. Kudus, I think it was fine. He missed two chances, one assist, but the goal was cancelled. I mean, he had a good match and he played a full match. Rogers, I mean, disappointing, but the fixtures are way too good to sell him. And the defense was absolutely perfect. Gabriel clean sheet, Livramento clean sheet, Van de Ven clean sheet and goal, and also bonus contribution. And we have João Pedro with one assist and also the bonus points. I'm very happy with the result. I managed to move up to second place, and the first place already used the bench boost, so we are in a great position in our league. Also in our country, we are top 100 right now, and we are top 1% in the world. Now, let's look at the players, and we start with Arsenal. And for Arsenal, I picked Raya. I think Arsenal has a good defense that can play against any team. They already played Liverpool away, which is the toughest matchup they can get. And maybe they have to play against City this week. Next, they will have City away the second game in this season. So these are the toughest matches in my opinion. But even in the toughest match, Raya can play. So if you want a goalkeeper that you play each week and you don't care, you can get Raya. Maybe when he has Liverpool, City, maybe Chelsea, you can switch with another keeper that has an easier fixture when Arsenal play these teams. But I think this is a player that we can use each week. Also, Gabriel, I think we can use him each week. We don't need to worry about rotation right now. If rotation comes in discussion, then yeah, we can drop Gabriel from this list and just keep Ryan. But why do I like Gabriel? It's also about not only about clean sheet, but it's the goal threat. And from Gabriel also we have the DEFCON which appeared this week also. So yeah, I think these are the players from Arsenal. Other players, their rotation, and Gyökeres, I don't think he's playing well enough against tough opponents. So yeah, these are the players that I picked. Now we move on the next team. I mean, from Aston Villa, I cannot pick anyone right now because they are kind of in a bad form. From Bournemouth, I picked Semenyo and Senesi. I think Semenyo can play against any team. Maybe he'll have a tough match against Arsenal, but apart from Arsenal, he can play in all the games. Now he's on Pence. I mean, a must player to buy, in my opinion. You should bring him from this week or from game week 6. I plan to bring him in from game week 6 because next game it's a little bit tougher. And obviously Sanesi, the second option from this team, DEFCON. I think all the games he managed to get DEFCON. In some matches he will get some clean sheets, and I think with the players that get the DEFCONs, if they have DEFCONs plus clean sheet, or maybe DEFCONs for goal threat or assist threat, like these are the players you want to have in your team. We move on to Chelsea. I mean, from Brentford, I cannot get any player from Brighton. Again, I don't like Burnley. Again, I cannot pick anyone. But from Chelsea, I think we have at least 2 players, if not more. And most of you think maybe it's about Joao Pedro, but to be fair, I don't think you can play Joao Pedro in any matchup. But like you cannot play in all matchups. Sorry for my English. You can play in most of the games, but against very tough opponents, when Palmer will be back, maybe when Delap will be back. So yeah, right now with the situation we have right now, yeah, Joao Pedro is clear starting, and he has a lot of minutes. But in the future, I don't know if he will be like it is right now. So the 2 players that I picked are Enzo and Caicedo. But obviously, right now, Joao Pedro is an option, and I think it's justified the selection because we don't have another number 9, proper number 9 right now for Chelsea. So he will start either 9, either 10. He's very versatile. But why did I pick Enzo and Caicedo? I think Caicedo will get DEFCONs almost any game, and Enzo is playing very advanced and also can get DEFCONs. And if Palmer is not on the pitch, he can go for penalties. He's on set pieces, and Chelsea proved to be a great team on set pieces. So the combination of goal threat, assist threat because of set pieces, and the DEFCONs, for me, Enzo is looking great. Now, depend on your budget. Now, Caicedo is a more cheaper option, and Enzo, it's a more expensive one. Obviously, Enzo it's a little bit better because he has the assist threat and bigger assist threat and bigger goal threat. But for me, Caicedo, this will be a guarantee for important in my opinion. I don't know how he'll not get DEFCONs, and in a matchup that he doesn't get DEFCONs, it means Chelsea attacks a lot and maybe he gets an assist or a goal. Let's remember, I think he also had a great pass for Pedro this week. So yeah, with Cucurella and defenders, we saw the rotation. I don't think Chelsea are that good in defense that they will get a lot of clean sheets. And if you get these kind of matchups where you get 1 goal, and I think Chelsea will have a lot of matchups where they will concede 1 goal and maybe they'll just outscore the opponent. So I don't feel like Sanchez is the same level as Roya. Obviously, with good matchups, Sanchez is a great pick, and defenders are a great pick if they're not in the rotation. Now, we move to Crystal Palace. So at Crystal Palace, I picked the obvious ones. I picked Munoz and Lacroix. But I think the better one right now is Lacroix because he's getting almost guaranteed DEFCONs. And I think he has the goal threat and Munoz has the assist threat. Okay, I think Munoz will have more assists than Lacroix goals, but you need to do 2 assists for 1 goal. I don't know. And with the DEFCONs, I think it's just better, Lacroix. Maybe if you want a cheaper option, but no, I think Lacroix deserves 5 million, 4.65 million. I think both will get DEFCONs, but Lacroix will have more goals, I think, than he will. So I picked these 2 players. Obviously, any defender from Crystal Palace is great. I think you can play, maybe not in all the matchups, but 90% of matchups are fine right now. Another player that I picked from Everton, and it's because of the price, to be fair. I picked the Dewsbury Hall. Obviously, India falls in this category because he's on pants, but it's about the price. So it's a player that you can get and use him if you have a problem in your team and you need someone to sub on. This is what I'm thinking about Dewsbury Hall. I'm not thinking he will be a starter like Semenyo. Let's say Semenyo, you can start each game and get something, but this is, in my opinion, one of the best bench player you can have, because if you get something unexpected, you can get him from the bench and put him on the team, and also in good matchups he can even start as a main player. This is why I picked him, so it's a different discussion. Some people will argue with Tarkowski. I still don't like Everton defense, to be fair. I mean, it was a good match against Aston Villa, but Aston Villa is struggling a lot. It's the only team that didn't score. So I think Tarkowski will get the DEFCONs, but I don't know if Everton will get enough clean sheets. So this is why it's not on my list. But also 5.5, it's kind of a big price. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, people maybe ask Grealish, but Grealish has 6.8 million. It's not a cheap option, and I don't think you can play Grealish against any opponent. So Dewsbury Hall, because of the price, and I think I explained it well. From Fulham, I picked obviously Anderson because of the DEFCONs, 4.5 million. I don't know if he will get a lot of goals, but I mean, for 4.5 million, I think it's under Senesi, but you kind of need to have more defenders like Senesi, so I don't think Senesi is enough. Obviously, if I have to pick one from, I pick Senesi, but I think you kind of need 3-4 defenders that can play against any team. So this is why he's here. We move to Liverpool. I mean, from Leeds, I can pick anyone right now. There are the two defenders, Gudmundsson, and but they cannot play against any team. Let's be honest. From Liverpool, I mean, maybe people will expect other players, but I picked Van Dijk. I think Van Dijk can play against any team. I don't expect a lot of clean sheets from Liverpool, but the DEFCONs are there. Some assists I think he will get, and the goal threat. And I think, I mean, they will get enough clean sheets, but I don't expect the level of Arsenal, let's say, or maybe Manchester City, or even maybe Chelsea. I think Liverpool will be under these teams, but I expect from Van Dijk a lot of DEFCONs. I think 90% of the matches he will get DEFCONs. We move on to Manchester City, and here I think it's the first team where I picked a striker, and it's Haaland. Obviously, the second player you think is Rangers, but he's not, because you cannot play Rangers against any team, in my opinion. If the opponent is tough, I don't like Rangers. And the second player is Rodri. Yeah, Rodri. I think he will have the DEFCONs also, and the assists and some goals. So if you see the new meta, in my opinion, the new meta of this game is having players that can get DEFCONs, and occasionally maybe they get clean sheets, maybe they get goals, maybe they get assists. So this is why I picked Rodri over Rangers. Now Rodri is more expensive, I understand. But Rangers, in my opinion, will blank a lot against tough opponents, and he will have numbers against easier opponents. So it's more a contextual player. This is why I said I want to analyze players that can play against any team in any matchup. This is the topic of the video. We move on to Manchester United. I'm not a big fan of having United players for a long term, but I know there are a lot of people that like Manchester United, and they support Manchester United, and this is very good. So I have two players from Manchester United also, and the first one, it's Mbeumo. I think he's good enough to play against any team, and we saw even against Arsenal, he created a lot of chances, in my opinion. He was the most dangerous player in that game, even if he didn't manage to finish, and he just it was just the danger. But I think he is the best one. Also, he's on some set pieces, some assist threat. Yeah, I really like Mbeumo. And the second one, obviously, is Bruno Fernandes, because he has the DEFCON's penalties. And right now, how I see it right now, I see Bruno being the player that can take that number 10 sometimes. So when he's on number 10, with more assist threat, more goal threat, yeah, I don't like the price. Don't get me wrong. He will not be in my team, but I kind of try to understand, and I have to admit that you can play Bruno Fernandes against any team, because if the opponent is very tough, he will be able to get defcons. If the opponent is easy, he can get penalties, he can get assist goals. I mean, he has both of defcon and assist threat, goal threat. But the price, I mean, this is my concern with Bruno. If Bruno Fernandes was like 8.5, 8 million, maybe. But right now, this price is why I not get him. But if you want, if you enjoy United, obviously go for it. And we move on to Nottingham. From Newcastle, I didn't pick any player right now. We need to wait to see how they will solidify with the new team, because there are a lot of moves here in Newcastle. And here I picked, obviously, Anderson, amazing player. He has almost guaranteed defcons and a lot of assist rate, in my opinion. Goal threat I doubt, but a lot of he's on some set pieces, and even in this game he had some moments that he was in front of the box and had some good passes. I really like him, so it's a player that you can consider. And from Spurs, right now I cannot take any players from Spurs. I think it's very contextual because they have good fixtures right now. Maybe if you want Sarr, but he's not a guarantee minutes. I mean, Dewsbury Hall I think is a better option. So no players from Sunderland either. But I picked, and no from Wolves. So the only team I picked here, I picked from West Ham, and I picked Paqueta. I think Paqueta is the kind of player for diversity, in my opinion, because you kind of want to have players from different teams. So yeah, I don't think he will be he will get a lot of defcons. But what I like at West Ham is because they are an attacking team. They will concede a lot of goals. They will score a lot of goals. So I mean, it's kind of nice to have him there as an option. Yeah, again, I think Dewsbury Hall is a better one, because Paqueta is the kind of player that you don't want to start maybe all the games, but if you have problems in your team, he is the guy that you can put in any matchup. And even if they play against Arsenal, I think the way they act is like, let's outscore our opponents. Or you saw they lost 3-0. But 1 week before they won 3-0. So yeah, maybe Paqueta is like a punt from the other ones. And I want to talk about another player, but I need to be sure he will start a lot and he will have the minutes. And it's from Liverpool, Gakpo. I kind of like him also because he is the player for the best attacking team in the league. And if he will start and Ekitike will split the minutes with Isak, I think having in all the games a winger from the best attacking team, it's very nice. So I like also Gakpo. Now, looking at this list, how many strikers do we have? I have Haaland and maybe João Pedro, and this is all. So we might see a year where we start 4 at the back, 5 at the back. Maybe sometimes we use just one striker. I don't know. Right now I'm playing a lot 3-4-3 because the team is in a way that this suits what I have. But to be fair, let's look a bit at a team of the week. So here, at this team of the week, we have an error. But if you look at the most team of the weeks right now, a lot of them have a lot of defenders. So I think if we go at statistics, the website didn't let us. But you get the point. I don't think it's a must to play 3-5-2, 3-4-3 like in other years. I think right now, if you want to play 4-4-2, maybe 4-5-1, maybe 5-4-1, maybe any formation is viable right now. I think we will have a lot of diversity, and I think the attacking players, because even on this list, I mean, let's not take only Haaland, but I have Haaland, maybe João Pedro, and we have Mbuemo, Semenyo, Dewsbury Hall, Paqueta. I mean, there are not a lot of attacking players. Even I picked some defensive midfielders. So I think attackers will be more contextual this year. So I would recommend you to solidify the defense with players that from this list, and also in the midfield, try to get 1, 2, 3 players that can guarantee defcons, in my opinion. And yeah, you can keep 2 midfielders that are more attacking and maybe more contextual. And again, from attack, I think any wildcard you do right now, and maybe if you don't have him, considering getting him from game week 6, I mean, Haaland should be in any matchup, in my opinion. Maybe next week against Arsenal, yeah, you can skip that week if you don't have him. But from game week 6, you kind of need to have him because he is the only striker that can play against any team, in my opinion, right now. This is all for today. I think this is a very important video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, I wish you the best.